this is a Momo Koala Mom, and welcome to another Momo Koala Mom TV. I am in the city of Kenetic, Texas. Today, Sunday, March 8th, 2026. This video is a response to recent floodings in Kampala, Uganda, and in Nairobi, Kenya, generally in Uganda and Kenya, and recently in South Sudan or anywhere else in Africa. The floodings that are going on out there in Africa and in Uganda and Kenya. This is my response to that video. And what I'm gonna do right here, I'm gonna introduce you to United States of America drainage system. Where I am, you see, you look at the ground. If you look at the ground, hold up, my camera is upside down. Okay, here it go. All right, here we are. So let me zoom in. Nah, still upside down. Okay, here we go. All right, I hope this is correct. All right, whatever. Okay, look right here. I'm gonna zoom into the ground. You see all of that water? That is the ground. The horizon, the tree line. Where is there? Those horizon. You see all of those clouds. You see the sky, how cloudy it is. It has been raining around here for months. So let me take you outside and show you what I'm talking about when it comes to drainage system right here in the United States of America. Here I'm gonna walk outside right now. I'm gonna walk outside my vehicle. All right, give me a little bit time here. That is to the front. Okay, if you look to the front right here. All right, this area right here is the parking. Look at the sky. Look how cloudy it is. It has been raining here for months. And you see the ground is all cement laid out. That is the road. You see the cars? You see the cars? That is the road. You see? And that is the tree line, and that is the sky. And it has been raining here for months. And these are the buildings. You see the buildings? All right. Let me take you back here to the nature and show you exactly what am I talking about and how the drainage system goes around here. I'm now walking with me. Just walk with me now, okay? Walking to the back right here. I'm taking you back in the woods. We're going back in the woods to show you the nature and show you exactly how drainage system work here in the United States of America. All right. So here we are in nature. You see the nature? Look at all of this grassland right here. Look at all of this grassland. Those are the trees and the tree line and the sky. It's been raining for months out here in Kenetic, Texas. You see? Now, the first thing I want to show you. Look at the ground where I am. Look right here. Look at all of this water. You see? That is water. All of this is the flat land. If this was Africa, I cannot even walk around here. So what's going on here? Look. So you see this yard right here for this property. It's about 2 acres of land. Look at the perimeters. right there, you will see that hole. Look at that hole in the ground, full of water. Look at those pipes. You see the pipes coming into that hole? That is one pipe. That pipe is what is draining all the water from all of this surrounding area right here. See? All of these surrounding areas right here, all of that water that they are drained through that pipe right there is straight into this hole right here in the ground next to this property. All right, that is one technology right there of how drainage system is simply done here in United States. Very cheap way of drainage system. You only need a couple of pipes. That is a one pipe right there coming into from that direction. You see that is the underground pipe. That's how it runs. You see this cement block right here? That cement block. Zoom in. That is where all the pipes are crossing from all over the property, the 2 acres of property. And then all of that water drain through one pipe only, that one pipe right there into the hole. You see? So you have at least, you can run as many pipes as you can. How much a pipe costs? Probably $100 for every, for example, every let's say 6 meters. $100. That's not a lot of money, and that's what's going to last for life. And all the water is drained into this hole right here, and it will sit there. Come summer, it will evaporate. This is the cheapest way of maintaining the ground and keeping it drained in a very simple, cheap way right here in United States of America. So when you talk about drainage system, right? When you talk about drainage system, there are all kind of systems that you can use and utilize for drainage. And you have to study all of them. This is one. This is a pipe drainage system. Only the use of pipes. There are no machines. There are no water pumps. You only use the pipes and a hole in the ground to collect your water. You see? That's where all your water go, right on the property. And then all year round, during the rainy season, your property out here in rural America, look at this. This is in the middle of nowhere right here. If this was Africa, you cannot even come out here. This will straight be jungles in Africa, full of water all the time. But because they are utilizing all of, you can look at all of those homes everywhere. Look, houses everywhere in this area. And what is supporting these houses in this is actually a marshland, a flat land. What is supporting these houses is a good drainage system plus the power. Look at all the power lines. Look, there is electricity everywhere. Power lines everywhere. Electricity everywhere. Look, power grid is all connected, and roads. So all the systems come together to make a better living in the cheapest way ever in nature, right here in America. Look, there is another road right there. Look at that car just driving on that road. You see? Look, another road right there. You see? That is a road right there. If this was Africa, you cannot even make a road in this area. It's a flat land, and it is all flooded during the rainy season. Like now, it has been raining now, this time of the year around here in Texas. But still people can live here. I hope this video will help. I hope this video will help explain the drainage system. You see the property right there, and the drainage system, right, the drainage bore right there to my left. You see the drainage bore right there to my left. Right there to my left, the drainage bore right there to my left. And the property right there to my right. You see the sky? Look at the sky up there. All raining. Look at the ground. Look how flat the ground is. Look how flat the ground is. Look. Look how flat the ground is. Look at the ground. Look how flat it is. So when it rained, right? It rained from the sky. All the water will pour down all the way to the ground. That is the only logic for it. The water is not going to go nowhere. It's going to rain, okay? It's going to rain right there from the sky. That's what happened in Africa. And all of that water is going to pour down to the ground where you are. So you have to have a simple hole right there in the ground to collect all of that water. Look, just a bigger hole on the ground right there. That's all. That's where all of that water is going to. And you lay your pipes everywhere on the property. Pipes, put 3 pipes, at least 4 pipes at each direction. And all of that water, when it pours down, it goes into those pipes and it runs straight into that hole and it is collected there. Come summertime, it will evaporate. You don't need no pumps, you don't need nothing. And your property and your land and your roads and your homes will always be dry all year round. Whether rainy or shiny or wet or floods. That's how they do it out here in the US of A. This is a Momokola Mom with this quick video as a response to all of these floods that goes on in Africa, and especially the recent one in Uganda, Kampala, and in Kenya, Nairobi, and recently in South Sudan. A simple drainage system of pipes and a hole in the ground to keep the ground drained and dry, to allow a suitable habitat for buildings and people to live on it. All right, I'm Momokola Mom signing off this video, and a little bit. We'll see you next time. Take care. I'll see you next time with another video. I'm Momokola Mom, and I'm out.